Hi and welcome back, Scorpio, for another reading. Which we'll go straight into. I hope you're liking the readings. Please like and subscribe for me if you do, and leave a comment. As we go straight to the left-hand side there, as you can see, you've got some choices to make. Now, sometimes these can be difficult choices because there's so many at the moment of what to do. So choose wisely, because you don't need everything around you. You just got to choose what's right for you. So you pick it and you choose it. But everything can appear to be good, and sometimes it's not as good as it appears to be. So choose wisely there as we go through, because you can see that I want to draw you back to your lovers at the back. Now, that is a very passionate card. It's about having someone around you can share things with. It's falling in love with something or someone. So you can have ideas. That's why you've got choices. But you can feel that it's got to feel right, and you've got to make the right choice. But we do have two kings there at the bottom, which is the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Now, you've got some emotion around because you've got a lot of cups, but you've got somebody that's very passionate around, and very passionate for you there as well, because you've got this complete lovers at the back that you're sharing someone. It can actually be your soulmate. But there's another king at the side of you, which is the King of Pentacles. Now, that's a kind of a person that can be very respectful. Is the loveliest card in the pack is the King of Pentacles, but rather down to earth, works hard, and is very his material wealth he's worked very hard for, but very loyal and loving to his family. So there's emotional around you, and there's also the King of that will give you good advice, so he's probably not got as much as the other king, but there's two people showing up very much around you. So you may have to make a choice where males are concerned, or choice where females are concerned. So it's a bit of a choosy time, this. But at the end of the day, you do have the lovers at the back, which is showing you very passionate about someone, and finding that balance and that soulmate. But you're going to stand your ground on any decision and choice that you make. But also you will come up against obstacles. They'll challenge you, and people and situations will come to challenge you. But you won't lose sight of where you're going, and you will keep your feet firmly on that ground and stand it. So it doesn't matter what comes up, you're ready to battle it. So you're going to need a little bit of an helping hand where this is concerned, because although you can easily get bored and want to move on through situations, you've got to keep looking and seeing what one is on offer for you. But the end of offering is coming in there for you now. So you're going to see, you have to look and see. You've got a 5, which is bringing you another battle. But again, it can involve quite a few people. So you're going to be battling through here against, sometimes little battles can become big battles, can't they? But it is a battle where I feel like involve quite a few things. Not just people, but also mind battles and situations you're fighting to get through here. Now, you're going to be carrying a heavy load around, and if you don't get some of these moved, it's going to weigh very, very heavy on you. So you can see situations coming to burden you. So it's about standing your ground, knocking things away, and don't go away burdened. So do use the hangman to reflect. In order to move on in situations, wherever you're deciding to do, if it's from relationship or whatever, it means you've got to make sure you see things from everybody's perspective, because sometimes people want to see things from where what you're looking at. So we're turning things around and reflecting here a little bit, and it's in the reflection you need to do. So although you're suspended there, you've got to kind of know that it's not as bad as sometimes it appears to be, but know that other people won't see everything the same way, and you have to choose your direction, but take your time to do that. So go and reflect a little bit and to turn things around. But finally, the sun does come out for you there, because it's happy times. So although we're battling through here and situations and choices we have to make, and we're going to do passion here, aren't we? But also we've got a very, very happy card and happy family card there, so it's spending time and happy there. Before we go pick up our next conflict in the middle top there, as you can see, the Knight of Swords, again, arguments and charging in. So it is a bit of a battling time ahead here. And then it tells you, look, to not get into arguments. Hold back, and more facts to be made before you charge in, because it's holding you back a little bit, this card, and saying, look, don't get drawn in. But for all the battles, you've picked the major card, it's just lovers. And so that means you've got a struggle, but you're getting through here, because the second card in the middle shows me you still feel wounded and you'll carry wounds around with you. But all the burdens you felt and all the burdens you've been carrying here are suddenly behind you. Even though you still feel a little hurt and you're safeguarding everything and nobody's going to let anybody come and hurt you again, the battles significantly you draw through until you reach the tower, which is another clear out and a sort out. So it's a very difficult week for Scorpios looking here, a very difficult reading, because the cards have been dealt for you are really challenging you. But also you will start to build better foundations, and you will struggle, but you'll sort and you clear everything and clutter out that you don't need around you. You do have to watch for people being a little bit dishonest as well, because this is the honest, dishonest card. But it's also protecting rightly what's yours and not anybody running off what rightly belongs to you also. So we call it the thief in the night. So watch you don't get things pinched from you or things lost around you. So we're safeguarding you there. Also, the arrows in the back is the physical pain once again. So that is hurt and disappointments and putting things all right to the end. But again, it's the stabbing in the back. So just be aware that not everybody's nice. We do have to be aware of recovery then. Take yourself away from the battles and rest a little bit, because after battle you need some recovery, and that's showing me making peace. So we finally, even though we're struggling along here, we do come to a bit of peace, and that is because we've weighed things up. So we do a lot of weighing and dividing, we do a lot of sharing and a lot of things to divide and share around here. But this is putting you in a recovery, relaxing situation and a bit of reflecting time that you need now. And then you start to weigh up. But don't overthink things, because you've got the nightmare card there, things that keep you awake in the night. So you're struggling there with anxiety, you're struggling here with a lot of decisions, because the choices are there to be made, and that's why you've got the weighing scales to weigh things up. But don't let it give you restless time, and you know you're going to wake up from this nightmare. It's time to wake up and face things, but it's also time to wake up and just note that things are not as bad as we're painting them here, or bad as they appear to be, because we're struggling along and we're not trusting everybody around us, and we've got burdens and struggles and fights and choices and arguments and clear outs. But it's all coming to a good thing at the end, because the lovers is there to be bonding together and making our goals. So we've got the magician there, who again is setting the seeds for the new things to come, but also giving you everything to play with there. So again, I like to think he can play tricks as well. So again, I'm just putting the tricksters around you. So vigilant and being all that they're there. But to me, it's about new ideas is the magician is about having everything to start off with. So the beginnings are there. You'll find that there could be property around you, or significantly a move, because the Knight of Wands is coming to kind of lift you up and move you forward, which is very, very good. So everything's new, including the Ace of Cups. Now the Ace of Cups brings you that challenge of new relationships, new people all starting in and around you. Also new births to come as well, because it can bring a new birth with it. But again, it's the Ace of Cups, new starts, new relationships, and the Ace of Wands brings you new challenges in your hand, but they're worth fighting for here, because it brings you again new work around. So what's your progress in here? Your growth is there significantly. I know this seems a very difficult hand that we've dealt you this week or this time ahead for your Scorpios, but you can balance things up. You can move away from the action, just reflect and sleep on things a little longer before you decide to make any moves. To contemplate them very seriously here, because the weighing up job is giving you a little bit of restless times, as you can see. But at the end of the day, you've got the lovers there. It's like a goal that you'll reach. It's a feeling that you've got a feeling with this card that even if you don't know something's right, it's a feeling that you do know it's right, and you don't have to know it, you feel it. So there's something coming here, right? A balance around you. So although it's tricky from the cards there, the back card is very powerfully holding everything together. So you're working as a pair here. So pulling together through this hard battle that you've got around you, and you'll do that. So I will leave that with you, Scorpios. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed your reading, and like I said, like and subscribe for me, or even leave a comment, and I'll be back with you in the following week. Thank you for listening.